The Northwest Comic Show.
Watch.
The Northwest Comic Show. The greatest thing ever.
Hey, the Northwest Comic Show had a chance to go to Wizard World. Thank you, Wizard World. And we have some clips and things we're going to show you right now. Hey, it's Casey Okupi with the Northwest Comic Show. We're with Christian Kane here. How are you doing?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be twins.
Nice. All right. Well, you know, I know you're doing a lot of music and also acting and everything.
Yep.
So how can you balance that and satisfy the Kaneans?
Well, these are this is my friends and family. I mean, they're fans, but I literally, for over 15 years now, I call them friends and family. They've supported me through thick and thin. They've been there for conventions, for shows. They watch the movies and the television. And I just can't repay them back. But it actually goes a little bit further than me now, because these guys are amazing, man. They're fighting cancer. They're saving animals. I mean, they've broken off into so many different organizations, the Caniacs, to help people and help animals and save lives, really. That
Awesome.
I'm just a poster boy for this thing. I'm just a guy that for some reason the Lord has blessed me and put me on the cover. But these guys are really the magic behind everything that goes on with the Caniacs, and also really my motivation. You know, I mean, like I want to keep doing well. I want to keep doing good and giving them what they want and what they need, hopefully, to make sure that the organizations that they run and do all that keep going. So it's a blessing for me, man. I really love these people.
Excellent. Now, as far as with your acting and everything,
Yeah.
what would you define as like a really perfect role? Curious.
Well, you know, I've had a couple of those, man. I got to play Robert Duvall. I got to play young Robert Duvall. I mean, when I was on
I
Leverage.
saw that. That was awesome.
When I was on Leverage, I got to be sort of a minor Jason Bourne, so that was pretty cool. I mean, I'm fortunate, man. I've played a lot of great roles on Angel. I'm sitting here with my dear friend James Marcers, who played Spike. I got to be on a vampire show. I got to be on a superhero show. Now I'm getting to play Indiana Jones. I mean, the hits just keep coming.
Oh my
Well,
God.
not Indiana Jones, but on the Librarians.
Yeah.
My character's sort of based off of that. So I'm just having fun, man. If I had to pick a role, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Wolverine. I think I could do Wolverine pretty good.
Ooh, we gotta see that.
See
Yeah,
knows.
I think they're gonna need a new one eventually.
They are.
Like one more.
I'm not quite as tall as Hugh Jackman, but
Well, you know, I think traditionally Wolverine wasn't that
I
tall.
know, that was my whole point.
See,
We'll
you know what I'm talking about. All right. So, let me see. Acting, musician, fight choreography, and everything. What's next in the repertoire?
Well, I do a cooking show.
Yeah?
I love to cook. I got a
heard
show
about
called
that.
Kane's Kitchen, and it's out on iTunes, Hulu, like all the you can pretty much find it anywhere. And we're talking about doing a season 2 and getting involved with that. But even if we don't, I don't really care. The point is, I love to cook, man. It's my passion. It's my art, and just the presentation on a plate for me is like a canvas, and so it's fun, man. I just love doing it, and being here in Portland. Some of the best food in the nation.
Oh, yeah.
If not the number. I mean, I think Portland. I actually say that the Portland wine is starting to give California a run for their money. Portland food, I think, is starting to give New York a run for their money, man. There's some unbelievable culinary arts here. The chefs are second to none, and it's just, if you come to Portland, man, do your research and don't look. You know, there's so many places you can walk outside and it's beautiful. You can go to the mountains, you can go to the beach, you can go to the river, but make sure you do your research on food, man. You want to eat at some of the best places because the food is ridiculous, man. It's an aphrodisiac. It's just, I can't talk about it enough.
Absolutely. Well, like, what's your dish, your number one dish?
I got a couple of them, to be honest with you. I make a thing called the purple pizza where I put like 2 cans of Kalamata, crushed Kalamata in the sauce, which kind of turns the sauce purple. Not really, but I mean, it's fun. But it's like a really high pizza, and it's just fun. It's good, and you feel like because of the sauce and the way I make it, it's actually healthy. I mean, you are eating some bread. If you're trying to stay away from carbs, don't eat it. Sure. But you eat it, and you feel like you're eating healthy. I mean, it's all healthy stuff. And then I make for not so healthy, I make a really good blue cheese I take the blue cheese and I put it in bacon, green onion, jalapenos, and I stuff that inside a filet mignon and put that right on the grill, man. So it just oozes out.
Can we come to your house and eat?
Absolutely,
Would that be cool?
100%, man.
Would that be all right?
Yeah, let's go now.
Excellent. Let's do it. All right. So, what do you find challenging in some roles, or do you go after those, or like, you know, I mean, what's challenging?
I mean, listen, let's be honest about it. They're not going to hire me to do Shakespeare, but every role, I like to find the comedy is so much fun, man, especially with the librarians and with leverage and stuff like that. And the challenging thing for me, and I've learned from stealing from everybody steals from everybody. I've stole from some great people. I get to steal from John Larroquette right now in the librarians, who's probably the best at it. I love dry comedy. I like the humor to be not slapstick. You know what I mean? I like it to be underlying. And when it's well written, like it has been for me for the past 8 years, it's very simple to do. But when it's not there and you've got to search for it, it's so much fun to find that, and that's challenging for me, and I love that, man. I mean, the dramatic stuff, I feel like I love to do it, you know, and stuff like that. But comedy is a challenge for me, and I have so much fun doing it. Anyway, that's So
You've been working with Dean Devlin for quite a while.
I've been working for Dean for a long time. He's a dear friend of mine, man. I mean, you can't. Dean Devlin from Independence Day, Godzilla, The Patriot. He's got a new movie coming out with Gerard Butler called Geostorm. It's gonna be a huge film.
Wow.
And this is my boss. This is also my dear friend, which is so nice because I mean I've worked for him for 5 seasons of Leverage. We're going on our 3rd for the librarians, but it's, you know, so you take 5 and 3. But really, it's been 10 years that I've known this guy. I mean, he's a friend. There's not a lot of times that actors and bosses, executive producers, creators of the show that are that close. And I'm very close with this guy, and he's really supported me and given me a life. He's given me a life.
It's very obvious that that you guys have a relationship like that because, I mean, you keep getting, in those projects, right?
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
He didn't put me in Geostorm though.
Dean, come on.
Yeah. I think I was working at the time, so
okay.
On his show. So I mean, it's like I was working on his show, so I couldn't do it. But there you go. Yeah.
How many projects have you and I worked on together?
We have worked on. Is it 3 or no? 2? No, 0.
No. This is like 4.
4 projects. See, I was close with the 3.
You're right, you were close. I was an extra twice in Leverage.
So you count Leverage twice.
That's true. Well, yeah, okay. We'll say 3. This is our 3rd.
Okay.
And I was also an extra in Librarians.
Librarians, I knew that, yeah. I thought you meant like actual scenes and stuff like that, yeah.
No, I know.
So where did the 4th one come in? So that's two for, this one. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. Yeah, absolutely.
And I know you don't like G2 Gatorade. I remember that. You like regular Gatorade.
Regular Gatorade, green
regular
Gatorade.
The green stuff.
People call it yellow Gatorade, and I get so upset, man. I mean, I guess you had to play sports to actually know it's green frickin' Gatorade.
Green.
Lemon lime. That's it.
Good. It's delicious.
Green. It's green. I'm not colorblind, man. It's not yellow. People are like, I'll take the yellow Gatorade. I'm like, the lemonade? And they're like, no. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. Learn how to play sports.
Original Gatorade.
Original frickin' Gatorade. You know why it's called Gatorade?
Oh, because of the Gators?
Because it was invented, because it was invented at the University of Florida Yeah.
So, and that's the good stuff. All right, and in addition to that, I just want to tell everyone, you're extremely down to earth.
Opinions vary.
You are.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no, because when we worked together, I was a hitman, and it was hot because we're on this oil tanker. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
But you're like, take your coats off, guys. Why you look all
Well, you
stuffy?
have to, man. It was like,
hot on those
that was the tanker. That was the El Falcone.
Yeah, it was the Maltese Falcon.
Did I punch you?
Huh?
Did I punch you?
No, but I held a gun on Timothy Hutton.
Okay, there you go. There you go. That's good.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people. A lot of people have held guns on Timothy Hutton. I mean, in real life.
Yeah, I see. He's asking for it.
Yeah.
But okay, as 2016 continues, what do we have to look forward to? What's going to happen?
Man, I'm off. I'm getting ready to. I just finished a fun little film called Terror of Halloween, which was a guy who does. Todd Tucker directed. He does all the animation. He did Jim Caviezel, the full life-size Jim Caviezel for Passion of the Christ. He made the baby for Benjamin Button. I mean, this guy, instead of doing CGI, which I work with all the time, computer graphic images, he's doing animatronic. He's still doing the monsters and stuff that move mechanically.
That's awesome.
And I got to we just did this little film and it was fun. Juliette Landau, my friend from Angel with Drusilla on Angel, she got me involved in it. We just did that. We've got another project that Juliette Landau is doing right now. A Walk Amongst the Dead, and there's so many people involved in this. It's a vampire type thing. The conventions will love this. It's got and there's a lot of people involved. Joss Whedon, Gary Oldman, Ron Perlman, I believe, me, Nathan Fillion, my dear friend from
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of fun when that starts going. I can't talk too much about it; it'll destroy me. So
I look forward to seeing that.
yeah, that's going to be fun.
Well,
that's about it. And then we're gearing up for. I apologize.
No.
What am I talking about? 2016. We're gearing up for season 3 of the Librarians, right around the end of April. So I'll be back here in Portland and reading books and throwing punches.
All right, sounds good.
Good
That's
to
a lot
see
of
you,
stuff
man.
to look forward to.
Thank you, brother. Good
right,
to talk
it's
to you.
been a
Good to see
pleasure.
you again, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Hey, I'm Casey Okupi, and this is the Northwest Comic Show. It's
A canned audience
come
there.
on, people, come on. Yeah, no, it's a show about pop culture, comic books, comic cons, music, movies, and pop culture. Like I said the first time.
Pop
Yeah,
culture.
pop. So this is Benjamin Kreger.
Howdy.
Hey, you've been on this show before.
Oh, have I? Really?
Yeah.
When was that?
It was back, like, before it was good.
Before it was good. Yeah, it sucked.
Well, the guests weren't any good.
They're terrible.
But
Wait,
no, you're back, though, and you're trying to redeem how bad you did last time. on the
I'm
show.
trying to, but I'm pretty sure I'll trip over my tongue.
You usually fail. Sorry. I'm just giving him a hard time.
How's it going, Casey?
Hey, pretty
Hey.
good.
Yeah, I'm asking the questions.
Good. Wow, gosh, that's such a load off.
I know.
What's the next question?
I don't know. You have the card.
All right. So, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you too.
Yeah, it's not bad. So, now,
No, it's terrible.
What do you do in the
What do I
realm
do?
of pop culture?
What do I do in the realm of pop culture? Well, Warrior Innkeeper Creative, my little company that I have, we publish comic books. We also do graphic design, comic lettering, and even marketing solutions. A couple years ago, I ran a ad campaign for Minot Fiber in Independence, Oregon, and that was awesome. I got to create a mascot called, I'm totally forgetting his name, Minot Man. Huh.
Minot Man?
Original name, right? Minot Man, because he's
Minot
Minot
Man.
Fibers, internet cable provider.
So,
company.
Net Fibers.
MinotFiber.com is their website.
Okay.
And they're pretty cool. They were a lot of fun. They were fun clients to work for. And then this year I've been, again, focusing on comic books.
All right, good. Comic books are more fun, I think, than, I don't know,
They're-
anything else.
They are the
Right.
best storytelling medium in the world.
Yeah.
That's not my humble opinion.
No.
No.
You know, I've said it's today's mythology.
It very much is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it very much is. That's a very accurate statement there.
Yeah, in a few hundred years, they're going to say, these people worshipped Batmen and Supermen and Men of Iron.
I have no doubt in my mind that thousands of years from now, archaeologists are gonna dig up all our media and go, these guys worshipped the superheroes.
It's not going to be archaeologists, it's going to be aliens.
It's gonna be.
And they're going to go, right around the time these superhero things started to happen, society started to
Society
decline.
crumbled apart. It's all right.
And then they all started to eat each other because there was no more food.
But that's a
Yeah.
couple decades off, so we're good now.
It's
we're
a
golden.
couple years away. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so comics.
Yeah.
All right,
Sequential art,
now
storytelling. What's your point?
I don't have a point. I don't know why we're here. No, I'm kidding. Now let's talk about a couple of the titles that you have created.
Okay. I like to make really, really long titles because I am very wordy. My first two comic books, I did an all ages book and then I did a mature book, but we call it immature, but that's something else.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I created the less than historical adventures of Little Lincoln, which follows Abe Lincoln when he's 10 years old. He goes on adventures with characters from American folklore. And that was basically because I had a kid and I love history, and she hated history. So I thought, well, is there a way to use this medium to get her a little more excited about history? And it's worked. She's actually really into politics right now, which I think is pretty awesome. She's 17 now, so.
Okay.
So, hey.
17?
Yeah.
She's into politics?
Yeah, can you believe that weird?
That's weird.
I'm trying not to swear.
You know, I used to, when I was 17 and even just up until now, the elections and stuff, it's so crazy now, which I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah,
but I
don't.
always thought news stuff was boring, adult boring stuff. I like the cartoons.
You like the
know what I mean?
cartoons. Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons.
I miss Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah,
so
you know,
much.
I mean, we don't even consider that there are Saturday morning cartoons anymore.
I don't know if there are. I don't know.
I don't know.
Kids in the audience, are there Saturday morning cartoons? There's a few.
There's a few,
There's a
right?
few.
And they're all
Yeah.
probably, what are they all? Are they foreign? Are they American? I don't know. Huh?
No,
Yeah?
they're American. We just steal the foreign culture and make it ourselves.
Good.
Yeah, that's
all
what
right.
we do.
Sounds like
We
fun.
acquire. We're like the
getting too
Borg.
political. Let's get away from this.
Oh,
right.
so my other book
Yeah.
is called The Black Suit of Death.
Okay. The Black Suit of Death. I want to
Yeah.
drink that in mentally.
That's very serious. It's a very serious comic book.
Okay.
Yeah,
Black Suit of
totally
Death.
serious.
Now, I'm not going to ask you something generic like, what's your comic about? And then you're going to tell me something nonsense or whatever. But what I want to ask you is,
It is nonsense.
why do
Yeah.
we care about the characters in your story? How do we connect with these characters to truly care about them?
Well, one of the most important thing is when you're writing a story is character. You have to make the character likable. It helps if they're relatable. When I first started studying writing, character was like the center, the focus. So say with the Black Suit of Death, with the ongoing series that we're starting here soon, the character is kind of an amalgam of me and my co-writer. We both suffer from depression. I get PTSD thrown onto that thanks to the war in Iraq.
Oh, that was nice.
They're political, right? So we both battled these diseases, and we felt that with this Grim Reaper character that we have in our comic book, one way to make him relatable was just to, tell the truth, be honest about who we are as creators, and throw all our problems onto our character.
Nice.
Which
I like that.
it's been very therapeutic, actually.
Does he suffer from PTSD, the character?
The character does suffer from PTSD. He saw his father violently killed in an auto accident when he was a child.
Oh my gosh.
And then, of course, he was a geek, so he grew up with all the bullying that comes with kind of being off center.
Yeah.
And
Well, I picked on you earlier today.
you were going to throw a knife at me.
So you're going to incorporate that in your next comic after this one.
You're getting killed in the next comic book. How about
Good,
that?
great. So this is my plight. I get to be killed in the next comic.
Some of the greatest things about being a writer is that you can get revenge on everyone that's ever picked on you just by putting them in your book.
And killing
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And that says a lot about your mind. too.
Totally. I write kids comics, but I also like kill people in my books.
Good.
You know what?
Not everyone's innocent. None of you were innocent. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, was it? I think it was Dean Koontz. Didn't he write a kids book too?
I don't
One
remember.
of those murder mystery writers out there. I know he did a kids book. I forget which one it was.
One of these scientists wrote kids books now. Some scientists are writing them. Like, who's that one
what?
smart guy?
Bill Nye or
No.
Neil Tyson deGrasse?
No, none of those smart guys. The other smart guy.
The smartest guy?
Yeah.
You
You remember his name?
How can I blank his name? The guy in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
I know his name. Hawkins, Stephen
yeah.
Hawkins.
I
I've
think
read a
he's-
couple of his books.
I think he wrote one.
I'm feeling bad because I'm
He's a
forgetting his
smart
name.
guy.
He's a smart dude. He's
Yeah.
funny too.
He never writes any comic books, so he's gotta work
He should
on that.
write a comedy comic book. That would
comedy
be brilliant.
comic book?
He's funny.
Okay.
He's hilarious. He's got great joke.
All right,
Great comical timing.
Let's think about Black Suit of
Sure.
Death.
Sure.
You've actually got me to where I care. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Because we talked about how you take your characters and, you know, they have like these real, like, things like post-traumatic stress and different things like that.
Yeah.
So that's something that we can connect with. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not just it's like a sci-fi thriller. You know, I think I read some article you posted about how to not describe your projects.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Now let's get into the sci-fi, if I may. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
sure.
But what's Black Suited Death like beyond that deep character stuff that actually got us to care?
Real fast, it's a science fiction horror satire.
Satire.
Yeah,
That's fun.
Part of fighting depression, you'll find this in a lot of comedy writers and comedians, is we use comedy as a resource to help not only boost ourselves up, but we really enjoy bringing smiles to other people. And even though there's this really deep element to the comic book, Ed and I both are really big fans of B movies, and we love cheesiness and we love laughing. And so there is, you know, a lot of comedy in the book as well.
Cool.
And we've played with some satirical elements in the storytelling as well. So on top of that, that's all the story and everything. And then I totally forgot your question.
Oh, I was saying like Black Suited Death. I'm kind of trying to get to like, what the heck's a Black Suited Death?
What the heck is the Black Suited Death? That's another one of my wordiness. I didn't want to use the term Grim Reaper.
Okay.
And he was actually invented about somewhere around 1998.
The Black Suited Death was?
The Black Suited Death, or earlier. I keep forgetting. When did Scream come out? That's when it was invented.
It was the day of 1998.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So my friends and I, we go and watch the movie Scream, and we love it, and we all had crushes on Drew Barrymore. That's a side note. So
No, we're all.
we get home, we
there.
have a camera, we go, oh, we can make our own movie. Yeah, it's so easy. So we shot this really cheesy thing, and this title sounds like a porno title, but there's no porn in this at all. We shot it and we called it Scream, Sugar Daddy Scream.
Scream, Sugar Daddy Scream.
It was a parody of Scream, where we had a guy dressed in, you know, a black suit. We didn't have the ghost face, so we had a
It's like a parody of
faceless
a
mask.
title.
I know. It's terrible. We were kids. We didn't know better.
All
We're
right.
innocent.
Sure. Okay. All the excuses
Our
aside.
poor virgin minds.
All right.
And we, you know, we were geeks. We didn't know any females, so we couldn't have anyone play Drew Barrymore. So we pulled out Ed's sister's Barbie doll, and she filled in for Drew Barrymore. So it's a really weird
How old were you?
movie. Oh, I don't want to admit that. I was
Okay.
like 18, 19. So
Okay.
sad.
And you were familiar
Nowhere near
with
as
all the
creative
Barbies
as
and
some of the
things.
people you brought on the show.
Yeah. Well,
so-
you've evolved since this.
I hope
point.
so.
Or
God, I hope so.
de-evolved in some ways and
De-evolved in
evolved
some-
in other ways.
Sure.
Cool.
So we made this cheesy film, and we go, hey, that's not half bad. Makes us laugh. What if we did something original? And that's when he actually got the black suited figure got named Black Suited Death.
It's a better title.
Yeah, much better title.
Yeah.
And so we attempted for the next 5 years to shoot a film with absolutely no money whatsoever. And this is like when YouTube was in its infancy. There was no such thing as crowdfunding. And we just weren't able to get it off the ground. We wrote several screenplays and shot several scenes, which, you know, I keep dreaming someday I'll actually assemble all this weird stuff and put it into some sort of strange movie or whatever.
So is your comic book like the concept for this movie put into a comic book? Kind of?
Kind of.
Because this is a comic book, right?
Yeah, 15 years after we shot that,
All right.
I jumped into comic books. I became a writer of comic books, and that evolved into becoming a publisher. And I called up Ed and say, you know, that character, the Black Suited Death, that was a lot of fun. What if we did something about that? And in comic books, we don't have to worry about the budget. We don't have to buy the costumes or build the set. We can do whatever we want. We can take this character and actually build something on him.
Okay.
And that's when things went crazy. It got this science fiction spin on it.
A sci-fi
A
spin.
sci-fi spin. Ed approached me with the idea that the Black Suited Death was made on an alien planet. And
Okay, now we're getting to the meat of what's going
yeah.
on here.
but because of the violence, the planet was Utopia 9. It's a perfect society, right? It has no place for a mass murderer like the Grim Reaper. So he gets banished to Earth. I totally spoiled the first book. Oh well. So he arrives on Earth.
Well, okay, so you've made the first book.
Yeah, there is a prelude book out there.
Okay.
The Black Suit of Death, Ides of March.
Yeah.
Which is available on my website, warriorinnkeeper.com. Except
right.
the website's being updated, so go to Facebook. Type in Warrior Innkeeper into Facebook. You'll find us there.
Okay, so that's how people get a hold of you.
That's one way.
And they find out about all this Warrior Innkeeper on Facebook.
Yeah, I am kind of a social media wackadoodle. I don't know what you call about it.
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm
right.
all over the internet. Twitter and Facebook are my favorites, so I'm always on there.
Okay, so now you're working on the second one, right?
We are working on the ongoing series.
Cool.
So the prelude book is the origin of the suit. Now the suit comes to Earth and is the basis for the Grim Reaper mythology. Because in this world, there is no supernatural magic or anything. It's more scientific. And so we're taking a totally non-supernatural approach to the Grim Reaper. So we're saying that this alien thing is the real root of the Grim Reaper mythology.
Cool.
And including, the guy in the River Styx and everything, any guy with a scythe and a black suit, that was the Grim Reaper.
That's awesome. All right.
And so we pick up the story in the ongoing series in present day when our main character, Ed Grimes, finds the suit and becomes the modern day pilot, because throughout history it's had multiple pilots. So like the first pilot was Kane from Kane and Abel.
Wow.
And then throughout history has different pilots, and today in modern time it's this graphic design student who's having a heck of a time with his life.
Again, like you.
Yeah, again like me.
Okay.
Except he took it one step further, something I luckily never did. He actually decides to kill himself, except in a very strange way. Because
hey, if you're getting a little depressed, just give me a call, man.
I will.
All right.
So he goes out into the desert and decides he's going to die of exposure because he can't stand the idea of doing anything else. Well, that leads to him discovering the suit, and that's where the series takes off, and it gets more absurd as it goes.
But that's where
no spoilers. That's
where we pick up. That's
first couple pages there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It is. I like it. It
It's
sounds
crazy.
Good. And right now you're doing a campaign.
Yeah, we are. I have a couple more children. So I'm a proud father of 4 kids. I got 2 toddlers, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and they suck up a lot of my time and all of my money.
Okay.
So we are going to use Kickstarter as our platform to raise funds to pay for the art.
Okay, so you want to pay for the art with a Kickstarter. Mm-hmm. And if people want to find out about that, what's the website for the Kickstarter?
The Kickstarter starts April 19th, so it's not live yet. However, if you go to fund.blacksuitofdeath.com, you'll go there and find all information about it.
Okay.
And right now, we're actually using a thing called Thunderclap It, which is a free service offered by thunderclapit.com.
Okay.
And what you do is you try to convince like 100 people to sign up for this, and it connects to your Facebook, your Twitter, or your Instagram. And on launch date, it sends out a post automatically for everyone that's signed up onto your site. And what that does is it boosts your signal, is what it's called. It's called signal boosting. So instead of the 1,000 friends or so you have on Facebook, and you're posting your little message, please help me. Now instead, you're getting 70. I think right now we're at potential of 70,000 people seeing our post.
Okay.
And we're only at like
That's amazing.
25 people have signed up so far since we launched it a couple days ago. So it's pretty amazing. It's a huge signal boost.
Wow.
And that helps with the success of the more people that see your Kickstarter, the more likely you are to hit goal.
That makes sense logically.
Yeah.
So if you do a Kickstarter, you want to catch the Thunderclap It.
Thunderclap It, yes.
And so cool. So you're doing a Kickstarter campaign. You gave us that info. We can find you on the Facebook.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been a lot of fun.
Good. Cool. Hey, this has been fun too.
Out of time.
Yeah.
Right. Groovy.
A little bit out of time. Yay.
Yay.
The Northwest Comic Show.
Watch.